in this session, we are going to be looking at data cleaning and preparation in Microsoft Excel. What are the reasons why you want to do data, or why is data cleaning actually important? So these are the reasons we are going to be actually doing what? We are going to be actually looking at these things. Those are the reason why we need to perform. After the performance of data cleaning, there's something also about the dashboard. When you are creating your dashboard or when you are analyzing your data, it makes your analysis easy to do because you have already done what? You have already cleaned the data. So also the last one, which is, it is not the least, of course, it helps to make better decision for the company. Because for example, when we say we have a sales data is very clean, we are confident that it is very, very clean. That means that we can do what? We can use it to support our decision. We say something like garbage in, garbage out. So if we have poor quality of data, it is also going to lead to what? Poor quality insight. So that is one, those are the reasons why we need to do what? We need to clean our data. So while performing data quality or data cleaning, what are the things that we, like the common things that we are supposed to look out for? And these are what? Duplicate records. We don't have to have duplicates, like a record for a particular customer repeated. We don't want that. We also do not want whereby we have missing values. We want to check for all those. And the aspect of dates format, our dates, we have to make sure that they are consistent. So these are the things that we are supposed to be looking out for, and what we are going to look out for when cleaning this particular data set. So there is also the aspect of inconsistent capitalization. Maybe the other start with small letter, or maybe there's a mixture of capital and small letter. We are going to be looking out for all these issues. Also, there is the issue of, okay, like I've also said, that spelling variations. Maybe we have HR, there's also something human resource, H.R. All of these are referring to just one data point. So these are the things that we are going to do to look out for, and be able to clean our data. And of course, there is the aspect of leading and trailing spaces. You don't want to have extra spaces in your data. So those are the common things. Framework that I would like you to know, to keep in mind. Those are the 5 frameworks that you should always follow all the time. You should check for the completeness of the data set. That means you are looking for the missing values. You should check for uniqueness. How unique is it? That is, if there's no duplicate. You should look at does it actually follow the business rules? I mean, all of the things that we mentioned before, the common data quality issues, all of them, they actually fall under this 5 framework. So you should put these 5 framework in mind whenever you are cleaning your data set. Having said this, we are now going to start our data cleaning. So here we have this data set. So let me increase the font so that people can see. Okay, I think it's fine like this. All right, so this is the data set now, and we are going to be cleaning this data. Now, the very first thing you need to do when you actually receive this kind of data set is what? Is to do your Control A, that is, you want to select everything, or you come to this side, to actually select all this data, then double click on it. What we just did now is to make sure that we are able to see everything inside each column. So we expanded the column width and the column height. So if you are still here, please let me know in the comments. All right, now that we have increased increase the height and the row. We are able to see everything that we have here. The next thing that we are going to do normally is to maybe just press Ctrl Shift L on your laptop to add the filter button to your data set. This will allow you to able to see what you have in each column. You'll be able to see what you have in each column. Another thing that I like to do is to freeze this top row, freeze it. So how do you freeze this? Let me show you now. Go to View. Under the View, go to Freeze Panes, then freeze the top row. So what this actually helps to do, is that you are able to see all these headings, your column headings. You are able to see them even when you scroll. Can you see? Even when you scroll your data set, you will still, the headings are still there for you to actually see. Also, so yes, before we move ahead, I actually forgot something which is very important. When you actually have your data set like this, before you do anything, I got carried away. Before you do anything, you need to duplicate it so that you can see where you are coming from and where you are, like at the beginning where your data looks like, and at the end how it actually looks like. So I'm sorry about that. We are going to duplicate this now by clicking on the control and just duplicate this into another sheet. So we will be working with this second sheet now. So yes, moving ahead, that is done. We are not going to do what again? We are going to be looking for duplicate values. Remember that we have several things in mind. Remember, duplicate is part of it. So we are going to be looking for duplicate. And how do we check for duplicate? Control A, select all the data sets. After selecting them, for me, what I like to do is that before I even remove any duplicate, I would like to see what are the duplicates that I have. Do I even have any at all before I remove them? So the best way to do this is to go to your Home tab and come to conditional formatting. Conditional formatting, I have taught this extensively in one of my videos. Please, has anyone be able to download the data set? It's like I'm seeing some comments in the comment section. Please, if you have been able to download this data set, can you please signify? Because to download the data, you have to click on File. Click on File, then you will see Download. You are supposed to be able to open it with Microsoft Excel. Okay, thank you. Some people are able to download it. That means that probably I wouldn't know what is wrong, but okay, I'm too fast. Okay, I will slow down. Thank you. All right. So let's take it again. We have selected all our data. Control A. What we want to do now is to check for duplicates. We want to check for duplicate values. And I said that for duplicate values, what we are going to do is you first use the conditional formatting to actually help us to see the duplicates that we have before we can decide to remove it. So now we are going to the conditional formatting tab. We are going to that place. And now also, I now mention that here I have a whole video, maybe 15-minute video that I did on conditional formatting. So this video can help you to, like, it will teach you how to use conditional formatting for almost everything, because in this data cleaning we are going to be using a lot of conditional formatting. So I hope I am not too fast now. I hope I am not too fast. So for the conditional formatting now, we are going there, and we are going to the highlight cell rules. For the highlight cell rules, we want to do what? We want to show duplicate values. So we click on that. You can decide to select any color that you like. It's just for us to see the duplicate values, nothing more. So now we have, how do you now recognize your duplicate values? It is just through the colors. So to know the rows that are actually repeated, what you are going to do is to see the ones that have this yellow color all through to the end of the data. If you look at this row, you can see that all through the end of that particular row, there is what? There is duplicate. Same thing for this formatting. Because you have actually applied your conditional formatting, what is going to happen? You have the ability to actually filter it by color, only those rows. Can you see it now? It means the data set actually has duplicates. And as you can see, we have ID 1006 is also repeated over here. Same thing with 1014. Same thing with 1031. So we are going to do what? We are actually going to delete our duplicate values because we don't want to have them in the data set. So that is number one. So let me clear the rules here now. Okay, so Control A, how do we now delete our duplicates? How do we delete it? The very first thing we are going to do, I hope I'm not too fast, right? So the very first thing we are going to do to delete our duplicate values is to go to the data tab. Under your data type, you have the data tools. So through the data tools, you have what we have remove duplicates. So with this, if you click on it, you select, everything is already selected. My data has header. What that means is that you are telling it that this data set, it has a name, like this column, the name is order ID, this column is order date, so you have it. Assuming you don't have column header, you are going to uncheck it, but because we have that, we are just going to click OK. We want to remove the duplicates. So let's click OK. So it said 2 duplicates found and removed. So we are going to say OK. That means we have removed what? We have removed duplicate values from here, from our data sets. Okay, so that is that. We are done with number one data cleaning step. Now that we are done with it, which duplicates? So, and by the way, also, you are going to be having the recording of this after this session. It's going to be available on YouTube as well. So you can also come back to actually watch it at the end of everything. So now we have removed duplicates. We found how many? 2. So the next thing is to do what? Is now to go into each of these columns one after the other and start cleaning them or start inspecting them and look for if there are errors, if there are quality issues, if there's anything you need to do to clean up this column, we are going to be doing that now. So it's just the order ID of our product. So that is perfect. We can now come to what we known as the order dates. How do we handle our order dates? We look at the formatting. Oh, okay. How to take the duplicates away from conditional formatting. Yeah, if you want to, for again with your conditional formatting, you should just come to conditional formatting and what? Click on show you the ones that have duplicates. Click OK. So click OK, and I said the ones that have duplicates all through, they are the ones that are duplicated. Those are the duplicate rows. So those are the ones that you are going to remove. Even over here, there's still one. I wouldn't know why it has not removed. There's still one over here. That means we are still going to do what? We are still going to control A everything again and go to your data tab and remove duplicates over here. Make sure all the columns are selected. Remove duplicates. So, okay. So, if you want to remove the conditional formatting, if you want to remove it from your data, you go to conditional formatting and you clear the rules from the entire sheet. So, and everything is going to go. It's going to go away. Now, there is a particular duplicate that is still here. Even though we have removed duplicate, there is a particular one that is still hanging behind. That is order ID, I think 1006, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Okay. So there is another ID that is still hanging, but the overall, the rows we have, all the duplicate has been actually removed from all the rows. Now let's come to our order dates. The order dates, what you are going to be looking for is the kind of date, how the date was actually written. Now, for example, they use slash, while for some they use hyphen. That means there is some kind of inconsistency in this order date, and we are going to make sure that we have everything as just one date format. So we are not supposed to be having slash and hyphen in our date. We are just supposed to be having maybe just slash. And how to handle this order date is that we are going to force it to have just one format. Like I said, same thing, you go to the data tab, through the text to columns, text to column. We are going to click on text to columns. We are going to use the fixed width. What this fixed width means our order date. We want to force it to have just one format, and we are going to do what? Click next, then next. Now we are going to be picking dates because it is a date, right? Pick date and do what? Click on month, day, year. Why do we pick month, day, year? Because this date is like the way the date came is actually coming from, can you see 11/18? So 11 is the month, 18 is the day. So you have to select that and you are going to click finish. So with that, we are able to see that our date, it has changed the ones with hyphen, it has actually changed everything to slash. So there's no two formats again. So now we can now see we have January, February, everything now 2025. So that is how to handle the date column, any date column that you have in your data, which is anyone that is dirty. That is how to undo it. Now that we have finished cleaning our order date, I would like us to now, because we have two dates in this data, I would like us to also do the delivery date, to just clean up the date at once. So for the delivery date, we are going to do the same thing. First, what do you observe? We observe that this one actually use hyphen instead of slash. It uses hyphen, and we are going to change it to what? To slash. So same thing, under the data tab, come to text to columns, click text to columns, just the same thing that we did for the other date, fixed width. Let me know if you are still here in the comments, and if you are joining for the first time, don't forget to subscribe, click on the subscribe button, and also give me thumbs up for this session. Thank you. So we are going to click on next. Next, the option is also what? Date, and you are going to change it to month, day, year, because the data is like probably coming from a US data or something. So we are going to finish it. So can you see the hyphen has actually gone? Now it has now changed everything to date format for us, and you can see it under the home tab. You can see that it has changed to date. So having done that for the order date and the delivery date, we are now going to be looking at our text values. We are going to be looking at our text values. I mean by text values, these are text, your customer name, your country, your city, product, all these, they are text data type. So we are going to be cleaning them one after the other. So for customer name, okay, good. So for customer name, what are we going to do with this? We are going to observe it. We are going to observe it. So that is one thing, one skill you should have as a data analyst is a very good observation skill. You have to observe something a lot. Now, for the customer name, you cannot really tell the issue that you have with this at like very first glance. You can't. But what do you need to do? You can either come to your filter. That's why I like to add filter to this to my data set. It helps you to see a lot of things. Easily see it with the filter button now. In the filter button, what did you notice? You notice that there's something like Ahmed Anderson. That's like capital letter, right? And we have several names also. There's also something like Michael Brown, that is also written in what? In capital letter. Also, me looking at it outside here, I can see something from this James Martin. I can see little extra space. Okay, I can Okay. Oh, all right, sorry. I thought so. Yeah, for the James Martin, you can see there's a space, extra space over here. That means is what it's this particular customer name contains extra space, and we are going to be taking care of that. So first, what are the things that we have noticed with the customer name? We have noticed wrong capitalization, that you can see for Michael Brown. We have noticed extra space, the one that we can see on the James Martin name. So these are some of the things that you have actually seen. So what are we now going to do? We are going to clean them one after the other. So the very first thing we are going to do is to add another column. Add another column. That other column is what we are going to be using to clean the customer name. How do you add column? Do what? It's just for you to right click and insert column, or you either use Ctrl Shift plus to add it. Now we have added another column, so we will be handling our customer name. The very first equal to, we are going to do what? We are going to change them to proper. This proper is like you are telling it to say, okay, instead of writing capital letter, make everything to be Peter Johnson, P, capital letter P, J, capital letter J, for all of the customer names. We don't want to see some capital letters. So that is that. You are going to do what? You are going to click on it. So that is for the proper. Now for the trim, because we want to trim this column, we want to remove extra space. We are also going to wrap this into a trim function. So we use trim and proper functions to actually remove any spaces, leading spaces, and capitalization to standardize it. So, and you are going to be seeing that from one of these as example, Michael Brown has now turned to what? Capital letter and capital letter first letters. So there's nothing like a whole capital letter. And your James Martin has also done what? You can see there's no extra space in James as well. So we have actually handled our, we have cleaned it, and we can as well come to this first one to do what? To delete it, because we don't need it. We don't need this again. So we are coming to that role. We are analysts. We cannot invent names. That if there is no name, we cannot invent it. So we are coming back to that. Thank you. So yes, we are going to delete this customer name over here. But before we delete it, the formula that we are using is actually referencing this particular column. So that means we have to first copy this column, paste it as normal values. Use that 1, 2, 3, paste as normal values so that the formula will go away. So now we don't have any, what do we call it? We don't have any formula again. Now we can now easily delete the first customer name. So we are happy that we have what? We have cleaned our customer name column. So the next one is the country column. For the country column, what can we already see? First, we can see that Nigeria is written in capital letter. We can see that there is UK, there's United Kingdom. So UK and United Kingdom, they are referred inconsistency. That's the issue of inconsistency in your data. So we are going to be taking a look at how to do this. So first thing is that we should handle this UK and United Kingdom and turn them to just one. So you either decide to say, or you. So we are going to be changing the UK, we are going to be changing it to United Kingdom so that we can have just one. So how do we do this? Is by do okay. So we are going to change UK to United Kingdom. So there's this control F. Control F is what we normally use to find something. We want to use it to find something in your data. We want to look for what? UK. So it can find everything for you. All the UK that you have, it will look for it. Why the opposite of find is that you want to replace. We are not just looking for UK. We also want to do what? We want to replace UK. So I just demonstrated how to find a value. Now I will not demonstrate for you how to replace a value with something else. That is what Control H. Actually, Control F and Control H, they are in the same tab. As you can see, place. So the F will bring out the find tab, while the replace will bring out the replace tab. So now that we have the Control H, the replace, UK, so that any UK that we have in our data set should be replaced with United Kingdom, so that it will be the same thing with this particular one. So we are just going to press replace all. So what did you notice? We noticed that it has replaced UK. 22 values of UK that have now been replaced with United Kingdom. So you have done one step in your country column. That is the first step. You can click on your filter button to see. So we have Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa, United Kingdom. There's no more UK. That is perfect. So the next thing is what? Is just to be changing all the rows. Change them to also what? Write the right capitalization. So Control Shift plus to add a new column, or you either right click your mouse. Now I will now be showing you something that we call a shortcut. Instead of using formula, instead of saying trim proper, now we are now going to be using a know the next thing that you want to do using just the first one. So this Nigeria, for example, now we will write the normal way that is supposed to be. We are supposed to use proper to change it to normal capitalization, but now we can use Control E. So I've written Nigeria, enter. I'll now write United Kingdom. So I've just written UNI. That was what has actually picked it up. It has recognized the pattern. It knew that, oh, when I wrote Nigeria, it means I am doing what? I am changing them to capitalization. is you have to write to click to press Ctrl E for it to do what? To do everything for you. But for me, I'm using Microsoft 365 and I have not even done anything. It's already showing me that, oh, is this what you want to do? And of course, that is it. I'll just do what? Press enter. And it has done what? It has picked it up. Please let me know if you are still with me. So that is that. We have cleaned the country column easily with what? With the flash fill. That is another method of cleaning data in Excel. The first method was the formula that we did. Now we are using just Ctrl E and it will do it for us. Now we are going to do what? Name it as country. We still have a lot to cover. So we are going to name it as country, then delete the first country column because we don't need it again. So, and this is how you are going to be progressing one after the other. So yeah, don't forget, we are still cleaning our text. We have done the dates, we are now on text, then before moving to the numbers. So for the city, like I said, don't forget the completeness, the uniqueness, the consistency, the validity. So those things you should put in mind. You should just remember them. And if you can't, you can just try to remember duplicate, extra spaces. You can remember those simple ones if you can't remember the 5 frameworks. So now for the city, what do we have? Let's look at it. We have, okay, all of them, they are okay. There's nothing like wrong spelling in this. So that is good. What do we now have? We can have probably the issue of extra space. So for city, we have the issue of extra space. An example is with mere eye, like your own bare eye, you are going to see it. Look at Abuja, for example. This Abuja, it is not starting from the beginning. There is a space before they write Abuja. That space, we are going to take it out because it is a leading space and it is one of the things that you have to look out for when cleaning your data set. So yes, for the city, we are going to create another column to do this as well. And remember to get out your space, extra space. To get it out, you are going to use the trim function. Now, if you are someone that have been following all my tutorial from the beginning of Excel Foundation to all these functions, formulas and functions, you will see that we have been teaching this, how to use the trim function, how to split your data, how to do this, how to do that. This is actually where, like, one of the most important places where all these functions actually matter. So these are the places where you can actually really apply those functions in your data cleaning. They are one of the places. So now trim it to remove what? Extra spaces from our data set. So we are going to name it city as well because that is the correct city. Okay, I have to start from the beginning. Sorry, it has to be from the beginning, from number 1. It's like I didn't start from number 1. So, okay, trim. So yes, and what you are going to do now is to now copy your city so that you will remove the formula. Copy city, Ctrl C, then paste it as normal values. So now we have removed the formula, and the reason why we are doing this is that so that we will be able to delete this city. Let me even show you. Let me show you. Control Z, just for you to see. Let's delete it. The formula is here, right? The formula is here. Let's delete this column and see what will happen. Oh, sorry. I mean, we need to delete the first column, the city column, the first one. Let's delete it. So, what did you notice when I deleted the city column, the one that came with this data set? Can you see? We are seeing ref. That is, it's saying that, okay, where is your reference? Ref means reference. That is an error in Excel. We have different types of errors in Excel, which we are going to talk about another time. But here, you can see one of those errors is ref. What ref is saying that, where is your reference? This city column, the second city, how did you get it? Because what? The place that we picked it from is actually what? We have removed that one. So that is why we have to, so I will do Ctrl Z now, just to bring it back. Now, that is why we have to first copy this, the second city, copy and paste as value before we can delete the first one. So take note of that. So we are pasting as value. So now the formula has gone. We can now safely delete the first city using Ctrl minus easily. Ctrl minus. So yes, we have successfully cleaned our city column and we are progressing. Now, the next one is our product category. The product category, what can we see? Before we even click on this filter button, let's just look our, let's first, for me, electronic, and I can see electronics, one with S and the other without S. That means that there is some words, incorrect spellings, the spelling issue in this particular data. I can also see something like capital fashion and what again? Small fashion. I can see capital fashion and small fashion. Then I can also see small letter of electronics. So that means we have two things with this product category, and we can do what? We can take it one after the other. The first one is the electronic and then electronics. The only way we can do this is to make sure that we use just one of them, which is what? Electronics. So we are going to be changing electronic to electronics. And that will be done using the word control. So for this column now, click on it, Control H. So what are we looking for? We are looking for electronic. We are looking for electronic. We want to change electronic to electronic. So yeah, for the electronic, we want to change it to electronics. Now, how do we do this? We come here and write electronics. But one thing about this electronic that you want to change is that for Excel will look for anything that has to do with electronic. It will use this electronic, it will look for it. Electronic that you have inside your electronics, it will look for it and also replace it with electronic. So you will now be having something like electronic S, electronics S. We don't want that situation. So we can handle this by telling Excel using what we know as wildcard. So we are going to add the star at the back of our electronic. So what we are trying to say is that This electronic, the one with C, the star that we add to it is that when you get to electronic in this particular column, anything that comes, it is actually going to pick this electronic and electronics. Those two is going to pick them and actually replace them with just electronics. So we are going to do what? Replace all. So they have 80 replacements. So there are 80 of electronic and electronics, which we have now replaced to electronics. So we have done that for the product category. Now, as you can see, there's nothing like electronic again in our data. Letter and the capital letter. And as usual, we can do what? Add another column to take care of this by using the proper function. Proper trim. Most time when you handle issue like this, you can try to trim your data space in it. So yes, click everything, rename as product. We can copy this just to make it fast. So we have renamed it as, so the same step, we are going to be copy and paste as what? Value. So it is now value, and we can now delete the first product category. So, oh, sorry about that. We have to copy the column. Okay, paste as number. Okay, good. Then delete this. So if there are any question, please let me know in the comment section. I will pick it. So can you see how we are progressing one after the other? This is how you clean your data set. This is how you perform data quality check to be very sure that everything is in any other thing that you want to use. So now for the product name, this product name, actually one thing about it is that it is just the product name. We are not actually cleaning it up, but what we'll be doing with it is to extract the product code from it. We are going to be extracting the product code. The product code, category code. We are going to be extracting the category code from the product name. And the category code is what? ELEC, the first one that we have here, elec, view, home. All these things are the one that we are going to be extracting. So add another column. Now we can use formulas and we can use flash fill. For formulas, you can use something like left function to remove them. You can use text before to do what? To remove the product category code. So name it category code. Now we are going to be using the flash fill, and the reason is because we don't want to waste much time. So I'm going to be writing there elec, the next one be. So before I even finish writing it, everything is what? It has already picked it up. I'll just do enter. But for it to actually bring up this flash fill for you. So click enter, and we have successfully. Why are we actually doing this? We are doing it because we already have a product category that came with this data set. Now we are now having the category code again inside the product name. So that means this set, we have to compare it with the category code that we have over here. So, but for this category code, it's still what? Just elect. We have to also convert them to electronics, beauty, home and kitchen, all those names that we have. So to do this, we are going to create another column, and we can call it category, like product category. We can call it product category again. So for this, I want to introduce you to a function known as switch. The switch function is going to do what? The way it works is that if you are going to tell it that if you see elect, change it to electronics. If you see BEAU, change it to beauty, to just match the normal category name that we are supposed to have. So let's do that. Switch. So this is just how it works. The expression, we are going to just pick the very first one. Then the value one is what? We want to change this first one, right? We want to change it to. So we are going to write it elect, comma. What do you want it to become? We want it to become electronics. Then the second value, BAEU, you are going to write it one after the other. BEAU. So you have to be in quotes. BEAU, comma. What is the category name? Beauty. I can do it over here in the box. So beauty. Then the third one, home, HOME. Change it to what? Home and kitchen. Like we can already have the name here, home and kitchen. Home and kitchen. So another one, we have fash. Okay, fash, FASH. Change it to what? Fashion. So I think that is all. Of course, if it is not all, we can still come back and check what we have. So we can drag it down for every other thing that we have in our data, and we can check it. Now we have beauty, electronics, fashion, home and kitchen. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can check it over here as well. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that is perfect. So can you see the switch function? It helps you to, like, you just tell it that help me to change elect to electronics, change BEU to beauty, home, change it to home and kitchen. So we are be able to do this, right? Because this is what we actually need. We need the second category to compare it to the first product category that came with the data. Let's see, are they the same or not? So now that we have the product category, we can leave this product category code. You can leave it, you can delete it, it doesn't matter. What you actually need from it is this second one. Now that we have it, let's now compare the two. Let's compare the two. What are we comparing? We are comparing the product category over here and this product category. So that means we are going to click to do what? To add another column. So we cannot say category match. Category match. We want to match, like, do we have category? Are they the same thing? That is how to recognize, to identify data quality issue. So you are not just cleaning, you are also identifying quality issues in your data set, because these are the things that will go into your reports when you are writing your data cleaning report. Those are the things. From the start that we started, the number of duplicates that we remove, what we did, we clean a text, we change a particular text to this, to that. Those are the things that you are going to write down in your report and send it to the sales manager or the owner of the data set. So which formula for the switch? So for the switch formula is just that. Click on switch, then click on the first one that you want to, like the first expression is just that column. Then you start writing them out, like what is it. So like I said, we are now going to do what is equal to, we are using the if function. So now you can see how you have learned the if function, you have learned trim, you have learned different functions, sum, count. These are the places where you can actually use them the most, especially the text functions. Actually, the text functions, they are mostly, we are going to use the if function, and we are trying to test that, okay, our logical test is that if this product category here, the first one here, if it is equal to the one that we have here, then let's say there is a match between them, that is, they are the same. If not, what is the false value? The false value too will be mismatch. Hope I'm able to spell it. Mismatch. So we are comparing the two. Now the first one match, of course, as we can see, electronics. Beauty is going to match as well, but maybe the others, not all of them will do what? We match. Now, can you see? We have mismatch, mismatch, mismatch. Let's just pick one of the mismatches and see. So there's, for the product category that came with the data, we see electronics. For the one that we extracted from our product, of course, you can also do what? Come to your filter button and look for the mismatch. Like, you just want to click them, just for you to see them alone. You can click under there, and on your status bar over here, you can see 134. So 134 of them, sorry, 134 of this column of the product code, product category. That is what one thing that you can report to the sales manager. So normally you can, like, if you are working in company and there's already rules in the company, what you can do is you can say, oh, you can even ask yourself, which one do we trust between these two? Which one do we trust? You can ask yourself, and there are actually ways that you can easily know the ones that you can trust. For us, as example, we can say, oh, okay, this came with the data set, but of course we extracted this, the second product category was also extracted from the product name. And this product name, a lot of time, it is automatically generated by the system. So that means that the one that came with the product name is actually what is the correct one, which is the second one here. So you can say, okay, let me just name it as clean product category, and we can name the first one as what? Original. That is the one that came with our data. So what this means is that if you want to report back to the manager, you can let them know, okay, there's a mismatch, but as I'm see, I don't like, I know which one to keep, which is the second one. That's the one I am supposed to keep. But I just want to leave this for you to also see those mismatches that we have. Do you get it? So when you are doing your analysis, definitely you are going to use this, but you can leave this it to them. So you can see how we have progressed. And now the next column is, like I said, we want to take care of all our um, text values, text column, before coming to our numbers. So let's quickly move to what the payment method. So having show you different things from the beginning, I believe we can now move faster. So for the payment method, we can look at it from here. What do we have? We have cash transfer, we have cash, credit card, credit card, credit card. Now we have what? Three credit cards, three different ways. They are referring to just one of it, but they were actually written in three different ways. So we have been doing this since the beginning of this session. That means we have to also do for the credit card. So what are we going to use? We are still going to use Control H, which is the find and replace tab. So let's delete the one that we have there before. We are doing what? Credit card. So one thing is that, if you notice, one thing is common to all of them. One thing is common: credit. There's credit in all the three. So that is what we are going to be using to actually replace them. So we are going to be using credit. Then remember the wild card that I mentioned, that is the star. This star is saying that whenever you see credit and any other thing that follow credit, all of them, pack them together and do what? Replace them for me with credit card. Replace all of them with credit card. So you added. It is a game changer. So replace all. So they found 97 rows are what we have in our data that actually contain these misspellings and the like. So we are going to click OK, and that is it. So yes, we are done with the payment method. Mere looking at it, you cannot really see any extra space in it. So that means we should just do what? We should just continue. So let me know if you are still here, and if you can still hear me very well. And if you are also just joining this session, please don't forget to subscribe and also like this video. Thank you. So let's move to our other status. So for the other status, what do we notice in it? We have, okay, there's no spelling issue. There's no spelling issue. Everything is spelled well. Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Everything is spelled well. The next thing we are going to do is to look at capitalization. Definitely, there's deliver, small letter D. There's deliver, capital letter D. So because of that, that one is very easy for us. Create another. Always, you have to create another column for you to handle any issue the best way. So create another column. Let's use flash fill, because this one, there's not small d. We want to change it to capital D. So we just write it normal flash fill. By the time you are done writing the first one, write the second one, just click enter. It has picked it. So yes, we have changed that other status to what? To capital letter for everything that you have. So just copy the heading for it to be faster. Copy it here and do what? Delete the first one. So yes, we are done with the other status as well. So good, good. Thanks for following. So coming to the customer rating. Okay, so we can leave the customer rating for now. I think we can. It is number, like number 1, 2, 3. So let's now come first. Before we move, we have successfully like cleaned and access and clean our date columns, text columns. Now we will now be moving to the columns that contain the data type of numbers. So the first one is what? The quantity. So what we normally look at in our numbers is that we can see something. Look at this 7. There's something wrong with this 7 over here. Why is it here? Why is it at the left side? Why is it not on the right side with the rest of them? So that is one issue that I have identified with this quantity column. Another issue is what again? -2. Quantity. Why do we have a quantity of negative value in our data? It is not supposed to be. That means we have to do what? We have to look at it critically. We are not supposed to be having negative value. Negative value means that I don't even know how to explain it. Are you selling something negatively, like you are making debt? I don't know. So that means there is a maybe data entry issue over here. So now the very first thing we are going to tutorial, how you can look at your column, how you can know the text, where they actually go to. Like they tend, when you have text, they start at the left side. Like they will start by the left like this. When you have numbers, they will start by the right. As you can see, all currently seeing it as a text. So we are having two different data types in our quantity column. We have text and we have numbers. We have to make sure that we have everything is what? Is number. So what we are doing with this is to go to text to column. Remember, we have used text to column at the beginning of this session. Text to column is a very beautiful feature in Excel that helps you to force that helps you to force all your data set to be the same format. So we use it for date. Now we are going back to it again and use it for our quantity. So click text to column. We are doing fixed width. The delimited means you want to maybe use something to separate them. No, we are not using delimited. We are using fixed width. Next, then go to next. So we are just picking general. Let's leave it as general. This general will handle either text or number. So leave it as general and do finish. So now our almighty number 7 has done what? It has aligned to the right. This is it. It has aligned to the right. The text column has actually helped us to do what? To put it at the right side. Now we have handled the first issue in quantity. We will now be taking care of the second issue, which is what? Which is the minus. See, -2. We are not supposed to have it. So normally, as an analyst, it is not all issue that you can solve. You cannot solve all issue as an analyst. There are some that you just have to identify them and take it to the owner of the data set or the sales manager and let them know that there's a particular issue. I remember when I worked with a particular company in the UK, this kind of similar issue also occurred while I wanted to analyze their data set, and I was just seeing different like mismatches, a lot of them. And I was like, when you are even like working independently for companies, sometimes you feel like, oh, maybe I have to do this, I have to do this. I don't want them to be thinking this. But at some point I was just like, I cannot invent numbers. I cannot invent values. I have to just tell them that your data quality is very poor. So what I did was just to highlight all the issues that I saw in the data set and wrote a report. I wrote a report on it. Each of the column, all the issues, I wrote report and sent it to them. These are this, these are that. Because I remember they were using maybe two systems. They collected data from one system, another data from another system. So they now merged it together. There was an issue. So there's mismatches, a lot of them. So I thought that's their data quality. I've done this data quality assessment for them. They were able to see where there was issue and they corrected that and gave not our job to help them to input some values. You have to just tell them. So now we cannot help them to change this -2 to something else. We don't know what is in there. We can't. We just have to do what? Click on the quantity column, select that column, and do what? Go to conditional formatting. So again, we are using conditional formatting. If you have not seen my video on conditional formatting, I have like a maybe 15-minute video. You should go and watch that. So shortcuts for paste as value. Yes, of course, you can use shortcuts to paste values. You can. But of course, in this session, I think is better for us because it is a beginner session. And also, trust me, instead of you writing out HVVV, you have already done what? You have already right click and you can see, just pick what you want. So, yeah, so we should go to conditional. Oh, sorry. You have to make sure that you are at the top of everything. Okay, is everything selected? Yes. So go to conditional formatting. We are now going to apply new rule. So the new rule should say that we are formatting cells, only cells that do what? That are less or equal to 0. So anything that is less than maths over here, to add any color of your choice. Fill. Under the fill, maybe me, I like to use red. You can use any color. Okay. Then you are going to do okay. And as you can see, it has highlighted them for us. -2, 0, -2, -2. These are the things that you are going to write in your report and tell the sales manager, okay, I found this mismatch. I've highlighted them for you. So probably there's an issue in the system. So the one we want to correct, we have been able to correct it using what? The text to column to align the values. The ones that you cannot change the value, you just have to highlight it for them. So for the unit price, I think we have similar issue with the unit price. We have over here, there are some with dollar, $175. There are some with just normal values. So the one with this dollar, it is seen it as text. It is seeing it as what? As text. So what we are going to do, so for the we are going to first remove the dollar sign, because this dollar sign is not the normal dollar sign for your, it was probably written, manually written. So we are going to be removing our dollar sign. Control H. You can see how we are using Control F and H a lot because that is the tab that will help you to change some values very fast. So Control H, we are looking for what? Dollar sign. We want to replace our dollar sign with nothing because we only want to remove it from this thing there. I'll just do replace all. So we found what? 13 dollar sign were removed from the quantity column. So close this. And now, immediately we remove that dollar sign. It has done what? It has just converted all our values. It has converted them to numbers, and we can see that everything is now at the right hand side. This 175 was the one having the dollar, so it has aligned. Now the very next thing we can just do is to now change this unit price, because we know it is dollar sign that is supposed to have. Just come to your general tab, accounting, or you either go to your general and do currency, depending on what you like. Either way, for me, I will do the accounting format, and I will do United States dollar. So yes, and we have cleaned the unit price column successfully. For it, there's no minus, like you can see. There's no any negative value. That is why we are not highlighting anything. So for the discount column, this discount, let me see, what do we have? We have 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, and 150. First, there's an issue. This 150 is what is not supposed to be, but let's just let's proceed first. So another issue with the discount column is that this 20 is not just 20. This 20 is in percentage. It is in percentage. So what we are going to be doing is, like all these numbers, we are going to be converting them to percentages. So anywhere in your data, any side of it, just go there. You write 100 because you want to convert it to percentage. You write 100 and do what? Copy this 100, copy. Then you want to paste it. But your pasting is that you want it to divide all of this. So you are going to right click. Okay, you are going to right click and open your paste special tab. Paste special. Under the paste special, you are going to use divide. You are dividing. Oh, sorry, that is a mistake from my side. I am on total sales. So sorry, I have to select discount. So I will go again, 100, copy 100, go to the discount column, select everything on the discount column. Then right click and go to paste special, then divide. So we have now divided it to with 100. We can now convert it over here to percentage. So now we are able to have the percentage. So we have 20%. It's just the same thing, but now it has added the percentages for it to know that we are using percentage. The discount column is to now handle the issue of 150. Like when we have percentages, that means they gave a discount. This discount is supposed to be 100% of this kind of data error, maybe data entry error. So we want to highlight it. So we are going to select the discount column again. So for people who want to know how to use the conditional formatting tab, how I use it on the quantity, so you should follow this now. So I've selected the discount. I will now go to conditional formatting. I will go to new rule. Under the new rule, I will go to the second one, which is only format cells that contain. Then in there, I will say that it should format the ones that is greater than. So you can choose different options. But for this, we want to format anything that is greater than 100. I think I have to add maybe percentage. Let's see. If not, we can go back. and do that. So the one that is greater than 100%, so we can use red color as well. So let's see. Okay, so yes, so that is how to use the conditional formatting to highlight some cells. So it has highlighted the 150. If you select it, like filter it, just filter to 150, you will see it. So you have a lot of 150% over there. So you can immediately see them, and you have done what? You have highlighted them. So let's clear the filter. Now, for the total sales, we have something that we should also do what? We should also look for in our total sales. First, let's check the inside the filter. So we can see minus, minus, a lot of minus. And of course, that is very okay, simply because our, what's it called? Our quantity column, we're having minus in our quantity column. We have a lot of minus, and in our discount as well, we have something like more than 100% discount. So that means all these, they are going to affect our total sales. That is why we do what? That is why we add, um we have minus in our total sales. So for the total sales, we are also going to be, first we can convert the column to accounting, just to have dollar sign to it. So we have converted it to dollar. Then the next thing also is to take it and highlight the ones that are more than, like, the ones that are having minus. New rule, only format cells less than or equal to 0. So format, add color to it, okay, then click OK. So you see minus, 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 those are the zeros and minus. So you will be able to do what? To identify all these issue with your quantity, discount, total sales. All of these are what you can report to manager. So all of these are what you can report to what? To the manager, to let them know where the issue is coming from, like to let them know the issue. They can now trace it back to where it is coming from. And now I think we are almost done. On a norm, I think we are done. So yes, customer rating. For customer rating, so this 100, you can always delete it. There's nothing, it won't affect anything. It won't affect your data. So you can always delete it. So for the customer rating, what do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the customer rating maybe is supposed to be between 1 and 5. So it's going to be between 1 and 5, right? So, but we are having 8 as a particular value as well. That means that for our customer rating, we can also do the same thing that we did for select everything, because of the blank cells that we have in between. If you are clicking, you are Control Shift down, it will only select up to the blanks. So you have to continue clicking that, so that it will get to the end of your data set, or else it will just pick the first few rows. So you should be sure, okay, so we have gotten to the end of the data. Now we can now go to our conditional formatting tab and apply the same rule that we have. So for our cells that contain what we are looking for, anyone that is greater than 5. Yes, for our customer rating, it should not be greater than 5. So we are looking for cells that is what? Greater than 5. So format, we can use any color, maybe yellow for example, or that red as well. So then click OK. So as you can see, it has picked 8 for us. So another beautiful thing about conditional formatting is that you can always go to your to your inside your filter button and filter by color. So you can use it to quickly filter the data set to see the ones that has that color. So now that we are almost done, honestly, we have tried a lot from the beginning up to this stage, and I hope we have seen a lot of how, like, a lot about how you can actually handle your data set. Now, the next one, before we move to blanks, I know we have blanks. So before we move to blanks, the next one that we are going to be looking at is our delivery date and our order date. So same thing, the same way we compare our product category. Remember the product category, the two product categories, same way we compare them, we're actually going to compare our delivery dates as well. So why is that? Is because you just want to be sure. I mean, it is just part of the quality check that you can do for you to know if there's any issue. So normally, order dates should come before delivery dates. So let's check if that is actually right. So we are going to create another column. So we can just call it order date. Just name it anything. Order date less than delivery date. Can just name it. So let's check if order date is less than delivery date. And of course, if that is it. If, so we are going to be using the if it is what? Less than what? Our delivery date. So we can just say yes or no. So the first one says yes, the second one says okay. So now we have some yes and no. So we have some yes and no. So we can just filter, it's just quality check for this. So we can just filter and see, oh, so there are some that are what, that are not. Sorry, I am supposed to do less or equal to, because you can buy something the same day and they deliver it to you the same day. So you should use less or equal to. When you are doing your own, you can just write equal to sign over here. So that is fine. So we have no, 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 no's. The ones that are no, it means that, so we can pick maybe one of them. Let's see this 15/3/2025. Let's see. Let's trace it back to on the, we have 3/12. So we have 3/12, that is on the 3rd of, so there's some kind of issue here. On the 3rd of December, on the 3rd of December, it was ordered on the 3rd of December, but they said the delivery date is what? Is on the 15th of March. So that means there are some issue with this delivery 21/8/2025. 21/8/2025. This one said 24th. So 24th of August. 24th of August 2025, the product was ordered, but in the delivery date, they said they delivered it on the 21st. So they delivered 4 days before it was actually ordered. So that means that what, there are some issue between these dates. So these are the things you are going to be reporting to the sales manager. It is not your job to correct it because you don't know the exact date. You don't know. So it is not your job. It is just your job to help them identify the issues. So yeah, someone asks question that after you have reported this issue, of course, as you can see, we have cleaned the ones that we can clean. Will they pay you? they can give you, like, they can go ahead to how do I put it now? They can go ahead and look for the correct data and give it to you, that you should do what? You should now maybe analyze it, because you cannot progress. And of course, if you are working as freelancer, that means you will, because you have actually helped them to remove some bottleneck from them. You sat down, you looked at the data set, you figure out a lot of issues that were going on wrong with it. You handled the ones that you can handle, then you reported the ones that require time in this. They are going to pay you for your service, and or give you the just. Now for the blank cells in our data set. For example, I know we have some blanks in our customer name. Now this blank cell, customer name, you cannot change it. That is it. You cannot actually add the customer name. You don't know the exact the name of the customer. So that is why you just have to do what? Maybe report them, or we should also use conditional formatting. I mean, there are several ways that you can handle this, but do not probably change the customer name. First, don't change that. If there is any other one, which other one do we have? Let's see. Let's quickly go through that. Quantity, no. Unit price, it's okay. Discount, no blanks. Sales, no blank. Okay. Payment, no blanks. Order status, no blanks. Okay. So it means maybe we just have few blanks in our data. So maybe I think the customer rating and the customer name. So all these ones, the customer name, you can't change it. The customer rating, there are sometimes maybe it has not been delivered. So the customer, like the rating will be blank because it has not been delivered. Even though if it has been delivered, sometimes, even you yourself, how many times do you actually, me for example, how many times did I actually give ratings after buying something? So sometimes the customer rating can be blanks because the customer did not just add any rating to it. So because of that, we are just going to select all our data. I mean, select it from the normal first row and then up to the end. Then we are now going to be using conditional formatting as well to do what? To just show the blanks. So new rule. Now same thing, only cells that contain. Now we are not going to pick something here. We are not using the cell value again. We are using what? Blanks. So we want the cells that contain blanks. We want to format them, and you can do what? Just pick any color to just show those ones. And yes, we have been able to do what? We have been able to show the blanks. So this one, you are going to report them as well. Oh, delivery date, there is one that is what? That is blank, even though they have delivered it. You can report this. The customer name, the ones that are blank, you don't know the name of the customer, you can do what? Report all this. So this is, and we actually, so yes, you can write NA. Very good. You can actually write NA. I do this also. You can write NA in blanks instead of using conditional formatting. You can just say NA, not available. So you can do that as well. It's either you use NA, conditional formatting, or any other method. But don't use any value. Don't say, oh, Fatima Smith. Let me just use Fatima Smith in this particular customer name. Don't do that. But you can write NA. You can use blanks, conditional blanks. So yes, and now as you can see, we have been able to go from this. Okay, let me add. So at the end of it, you can do Ctrl T to add table to your data. So you can Control D to add table to the data set, and you can choose any format that you like over here. So now we have seen how we went from this particular data to how we now have several columns that enable you to see a lot of things that is going on in your data set. So we have been able to handle date inconsistencies. We have been able to handle inconsistencies in our text columns, missing values, of course. You have been able to handle missing values. We have been able to also change like trace it to correct the spellings. Trim, you are able to trim the spaces in your data. You are able to identify your categories, the ones that are correct and the ones that are not, and you are able to flag a lot of issues that the data set have, right? So what else have we been able to do? So we have been able to do a lot of things with this data set. And from here, you can do what? You can move ahead to write a good report and say, okay, these are the things I'll be able to clean in this data, and these are the quality issues that I recognize in data. So normally, this is just to show you that in real life, your data can be like this. It can, because I have actually experienced it myself. And I think I said it during this session. So it can be like this. And at the same time, your data can be very clean. It can be very neat, and you will be so happy that, wow, this data is nice, and you can enjoy your analysis. But just for you to know that when the data is not clean, if you have this kind of data also, this is how you are supposed to do what? To handle it. So yes, that is it. And thank you everyone for this. And if there are questions, I'm going to take them in the comment section before we now call it a day. So I'm looking through the comment section now. So someone said, how did you correct the 7? Yes, I corrected that using the column, text to column. So this is the raw data now. Let me see where we have that. Okay, I think it's on the quantity column. Let me just copy this quantity column, copy, and just put it somewhere here, just to show you. So yes, this 7 is being seen. Can you even see it over here? It is showing as like an error. So it is not formatted as number. That is the why. It is not formatted as number. That is why you now have to do what? Go to text to column. Text to column. Your text to column will help you to do what? You fix the width. You are going to fix the width so that it will help you to come like to the English is not here now. So to just make sure that everything is just one format. So you leave it as general, just press finish, and the same will just automatically correct itself. So that is that. The next one, okay, for the dates, some are in MYD and some are in DYM format. Oh, if your own date, I mean, it's not supposed to be in two formats. It is supposed to be one format. At the beginning of this analysis, I think. So that is why I think that was why we changed everything. The only issue I see here is, you see, 2025, one is starting as 2025, while some are starting as 11/15/2025. Some are having slash, while some are having. So the text to column also we did it at the beginning. You can watch this session later at the end of everything. So at the beginning, MYD, MDY, MD, month, day, year. Yes, to change everything. So the text to column will help you to change everything to that. So that is it. So will it make sense to add pivot chart? If you want, this is data cleaning, like data cleaning. So yeah, from the beginning, data. If you go to my, what's it called, my YouTube, you will see a playlist called Microsoft Excel. On that playlist, I have, from the beginning, I started teaching Microsoft Excel foundation. And honestly speaking, thing in that, like when you are learning Excel from the beginning, this is the next session. I just intentionally said, let me make it a live session for us to see how it is. So to now come back to your question, the next session after cleaning your data set is where you now start using pivot table, because you are already moving to data analysis. That's now you now start to do pivot chart, pivot table, create report, create dashboard. So if you want to add pivot chart after this, you can, but this session is just cleaning of data. So how can we add NA? Use the if function. If function. If Just use if function. You are going to create another. Okay. Okay, so let me show you. So for people that would like to stay, we have officially ended the session, honestly speaking. So for people that would like to stay, let me just copy this column and drop it in another sheet over here. So for example, maybe we have our customer column that is blank. So yeah, we said we have some that are blanks, right? Oh, what just happened? So we are supposed to have blanks anyway. Let me see. Blanks. Okay, so yes, we have blanks. So you can use the if function to say is equal to if means that if a particular thing is blank. So let's see. Something like this should work. And if it is not, so if it is, we should do what? We should return maybe if it is, we should return blanks, something like this. So it is the if, you just have to use if, and if it is not, we should do something like this. Okay, error in your. So if D2 is not empty, so it has to be like, or let's say, no, it's not blanks. There is a way to handle blanks. Or if sometimes all these things. Okay, let's see if it works, and if not, no. So there is something, but it is, I will look it up and get back to you on that. So it is like you use the if function to see to sorry, I'm trying to check the what's it called. Okay, so it is the if function. I will check it. I think something is wrong with the way I wrote the formula to get this apostrophe around. Okay, let's see. Where is the comma? Oh. Where is the apostrophe? No. Sorry, I can't even find my own apostrophe again. Oh, sorry. Let's see. Okay, so I will come back to that later. Sorry, we are coming back to that later. So we are coming, so it's just you are going to handle it with if you are checking if the cell is empty. So sometimes the empty is maybe double quote, so I will check it. So the next one is, in an empty cell number, is null and zero are the same? No, 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 null and zero are not the same. They are not the same. Probably they wrote null, so, and they wrote zero. It is not. What is? So okay, you're asking if every column has to have a data inside of them? No, no, they don't have to. Like I said, for example, customer rating, for example, now, you don't necessarily need to have the data inside that particular row. If that's the question you're asking, you don't necessarily need to have everything complete. Customers might decide not to give you rating. It might be blank when there's. So if there is a blank, yes, if your data has blank in between like this and you want to do fill, actually that is actually true. It it will stop, like before the blank cell, it's going to stop. So what you are going to do is to drag it. That means that for that kind of data, you are going to drag it all through. Like you are going to use your own hand to drag it down, because if you use the double fill, that double something like this, it will not, it will just stop at the middle. So you will drag everything down to the end, then you come back up again. So that's the disadvantages of having blanks in data. Can we use find and replace for? Yes, oh, that's true. Yes, I think we can use find and replace. Find and replace, yes, we can use it. Thank you. We can use it instead of the if function, because the if function is not even allowing me. But yes, we can. Let's try it. Let's just leave the first one as find blanks and do NA. We can. I think it should. So we place all. So yes, actually, thank you. We can use that find and replace. So we are going to see it now. So we have seen it. So instead of using if, the if is even not if in this time around. So the find and replace has helped us to actually do what? To find the blanks and replace with NA. So thank you for pointing that. So how do we undo? Okay, I think we have done that. Okay, yes, I think that is it. I don't think there's any question again. Yes, we are be able to like to have, like, I'll be able to cover almost all the questions in the chat. And so yes, let me remove this. All right. So thank you everyone for this session, and I hope that you will be able to learn one or two things from this. If you are a total beginner, you are if you are a total beginner, I hope that you are be able to learn how to clean and also do data quality check. And also, if you are an intermediate person over in this session, I believe maybe you will be able to take one or two things from this session as well. And I really appreciate everyone for coming to this event, live data cleaning event. So you can take it up from here. Like I said, take it up, continue your digging of the data set, continue digging it, look for, like, you can set questions for yourself. You can set question, you can even tell AI, example, you can go to AI to act as the manager. Okay, I've be able to see this kind of issue with the data set. Act as the manager for me and